Hello, my people. I haven't done one of these in a while. I figured today was a good time to do it. I'm a little bit upset right now, so excuse me. I'm out here in Destin. It's beautiful right now. Storm's supposed to be coming through a little bit later, but I came out here to just get away, regroup, refocus, and just find out who I am and what makes me tick and what effects the people around me have on my energy. I've been trying to practice quick to listen, slow to anger. I'm not perfect at it yet, but I try. So I intentionally put myself in the presence of people who have a different lifestyle, have a different outlook on life, and have a different perspective than I do. That helps me practice patience. That helps me practice unconditional love. It helps me practice understanding that we all don't come from the same background. We all don't share the same views or values. We all did not have the same upbringing, how we learn different skill sets. And a lot of us don't know Christ. So a lot of us wouldn't know how to love unconditionally or see through one's faults or realize people see and think about things differently. So it's frustrating at times because when you're the one who just love, period, and accept and understand, and then when it's your turn to be heard, you're not understood, and for the most part you're shut down. You're talked about, you're discouraged, you're made to feel like what you believe and what you see is wrong, or the fact that you choose not to see any of those things in people and you just choose to love, then there's something wrong with you. Never let anyone make you feel like loving people is wrong. You can love people up close, you can love them from a distance, you can love them and not know who they are and what their lifestyle is. That's your decision. But the choice to love people because they are people, no matter what their age, their race, their sexual orientation, I don't care who you sleeping with, it ain't none of my business. Simple as that. If you bring it to me and tell me about it, then okay. But other than that, your political views, that's a tough one, because some of y'all, boy, make it hard. But you learn to love people and understand that no, everyone is not the same. So I think my biggest issue is when, like, I was raised in suburbia, so that'd be stupid of me to think that everyone was raised like me, and everyone and everything I saw growing up, I'm gonna put on you and say, oh, it's gonna be the same thing because I know this, I know that. That's not fair. Circumstances happen. We can put a bunch of people in the same scenario, and we already know that some will go left, some will go right, and some will teeter in the middle. You never know, based on a person's upbringing, which direction they'll go in. I'm a firm believer in, like, as an adult, when you realize that you had a terrible childhood or you had trauma in your life, once you recognize that, it's your responsibility to not use that as an excuse or a crutch to continue that affliction and continue that way of thinking into your adult life. You have the opportunity to change your life because you're knowledgeable about what has happened to you, what you've gone through, and what is right and wrong. Now, sometimes you may think something was wrong and it was obviously something good for you, but you know, living life and the way life is now, you know, our upbringing is way different from our kids' upbringing. So and we won't know how much it's going to hurt them until they're adults, about the differences of what we went through as kids and what we had access to. So that's the difficult part about it. But you know, bottom line is, one thing I try to not to do is to let someone else's temperature affect my temperature. You know, because we are in control of our own emotions, our own reactions to issues and things. You always have the right to not say anything. You always have the right to remove yourself from situations that make you uncomfortable. And you definitely have the right to speak respectfully to someone, even when you disagree. I do get a little hot-headed sometimes when I'm passionate about what I'm saying. But again, I constantly tell myself, quick to listen, slow to anger. Because we're in a time where everyone wants to be heard. You know, so you give everyone the opportunity to be heard. Not just to be heard, but you're actually actively listening, not waiting to respond. Actually listening and taking time to understand what the other person is coming from. And then effectively you can give your side of the coin. So while I'm out here, I'm just going to continue to reflect and thank God for the life he's given me, and thank God for, you know, the trials and tribulations, and, you know, the insight. And, you know, I struggled in my childhood with a couple of things, but in no way, shape, or form will I compare my life to anyone else's and say, oh, I had it worse than you did, or I had it better than you did. In most cases, I had a great upbringing, a great childhood with some hiccups here and there. So a lot of people don't understand why I allow certain people in my life, and why I continue to support them or be there for them, or in whatever capacity, is because I do feel like everybody needs to be heard. And some people need someone they can trust and they can talk to. That don't mean they can abuse you. Don't let them abuse you. Don't let them talk to you any kind of way. Don't let them treat you any kind of way. So I just want to say I love you all. And the world we're in right now, in these unprecedented times, we got to learn to love each other more, and respect each other more, and care for each other more. And if you realize someone just the way they think and live just don't mesh well with you can still love them and remove them from your life. It's better than to constantly be angry and frustrated with dealing with people like that when you're in different places. But you know, in love, you speak in kindness, you do in kindness, you walk in kindness. And you know, sometimes you have to walk away from people in kindness. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a blessed weekend, and see you soon.